We start off with a slip knot. Next, work chains, and the number of chains you make needs to be a multiple of 6 and then plus 2. So I made a chain of 24 and then added 2 chains, which gave me 26 as my foundation chain. Next, we're going to chain 1, which is going to be our turning chain, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch until you get to the end. So be sure to maintain your stitch count. If you had started with a foundation chain of 26, you should end up working 26 single crochets. So that's 1 single crochet into each stitch. Once you're done working your single crochets, that counts as the end of row 1. So to work row 2, we're going to start off by making a chain of 7. Turn your work, then you're going to count, without counting the first stitch where the chain 7 is, you're going to count 3 stitches after that, and then into the 4th stitch, you're going to yarn over 5 times, go into that 4th stitch, pull up a loop. You should have 7 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Now you're going to have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. You should have 5 loops on your hook now, yarn over, go through the next 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through the next 2. Now you have 3 loops, next 2, and then the final 2. So we're going to repeat that, yarn over 5 times, then go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, 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 pull through 2. And then you're going to repeat that into the next stitch. So this is what you have so far, and now we're going to work in the previous 3 stitches that we had skipped, but you're going to work from the back. So yarn over 5 times, then go into the first stitch, so this is how it looks from the front. Then we're going to be working from the back side. So you're going to pull up a loop, then pull through 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to repeat that into the next 2 stitches that we had left. So yarn over 5 times, and then go into the stitch, and then work your stitch. then into stitch number 3. We're going to repeat that. So this is going to count as our first finished cable stitch, and it has this nice effect as if they're intertwining. So that's the beautiful thing about the cable stitch. And so we're going to repeat the exact same thing until we get to the end. So you're going to skip 3 stitches, just like we did in the beginning, and then into the 4th stitch you want to yarn over 5 times and then go work into that 4th stitch. So basically it's going to be a repeat, and you can watch how I do it until you get to the end. Now you want to go back into the 3 stitches that we skipped and work from the back. So by the end of the 2nd row, I ended up with a total of 4 cables, and then into the last stitch, although the pattern calls for yarning over 4 times, I yarned over 5 times, and then I worked my stitch into that last stitch. And that's the end of row 2. Okay, so row 3 is going to be a repeat of row 1, which is going to be working 1 single crochet into each stitch. So after you chain 1 turn, you can work 1 single crochet into each stitch until you get to the end, and make sure that you're maintaining your stitch count. So if you started with 26 stitches like me, by the end of this row you should have a total of 26 stitches. So your last stitch should be worked on top of the chain 7. That's the end of row 3. So row 4 is going to be a repeat of row 2, and this is a repeat that we're going to be doing of row 1 and 2 until the end. So you're going to chain 7 at the beginning and then skip the first 3 stitches, and into the 4th stitch you're going to work your first stitch, yarn over 5 times, and then go into the 4th stitch and work your stitch. So it's a complete repeat of what we did in row number 2.